Does any one of you still remember Battlefield Heroes? You know, that a free-to-play third-person shooter that was released in 2009, and instead of following the style and gameplay of the traditional Battlefield games, it focused more on a cartoonish art style with exaggerated characters and over-the-top action. Well, I gotta be honest, I didn't play the original because it was shut down by EA in 2015, but I played a community project a few years ago called Rising Hub that tried to keep it alive. And even though the game was quite different from the more serious and gritty Battlefield titles, I still had a lot of fun playing it. Fast forward to today, I got a heads up by Lanshun on my Discord server, thanks for that, who pointed out an upcoming game called Heroes of Valor, and that if you liked Battlefield Heroes, you might enjoy this as well. So I got right into its closed beta, played it for a few hours, and it was right there again. The same feeling, the same spirit that Battlefield Heroes and also Battlefield 1943 had, and I had such a blast playing it. Again. It is currently still in development. It is created by two brothers based in Belgium, and they actually only work on the title for 10 months now. They were huge fans of the original game and waited for years and years for a similar title to be released, but as this didn't happen, they took it into their own hands and started working on Heroes of Valor. And I gotta be honest, they do a great job with this so far. The graphics might be a little bit different compared to Battlefield Heroes, and also the look of the soldiers, even though I think this is still subject to change, but the game manages to perfectly capture the core gameplay mechanics and the essence of the original. It still has a similar cartoonish style and humorous approach. It has the third-person perspective that only switches to first-person on scoped rifles. It has the same abilities for soldiers, similar weapons and vehicles, similar classes and factions, and also modes and maps that are heavily inspired by Battlefield Heroes. Unfortunately, they also adopted the very long time to kill, which is something they could still tweak a little bit in my opinion. But besides this, it runs smooth, the controls are great, even for the vehicles. It doesn't feel clunky or unfinished at all. It doesn't even feel like a game that is still in development. And just like Heroes, it also feels like a Battlefield game, even though it's simplified a lot. But to be honest, that's actually what makes it so enjoyable, at least for me. You can simply relax and have fun without having to study the game or its features or be plagued by bugs, bad hit rate, performance issues, or sweaty 15-year-olds. You get in, grab a weapon or get into a vehicle and enjoy your stay, and sometimes I really miss this kind of simplicity in today's games. It also doesn't have this massive focus on cosmetics, which is great. There are weapon skins you can unlock though, simply by leveling up your soldier, but they're not the main motivation to play. Right now, the fun is the main motivation to play, which I think is the way it should be in video games. And even though it is heavily inspired by Battlefield Heroes, it also eliminates a lot of the issues this title had. Because first of all, Heroes of Valor has full bot support, so you can play it completely on your own or only with a number of friends, and also customize your matches with different weather settings and times of day. You can also change your classes and skills during a match and don't need to create loadouts beforehand in the start screen, and most importantly, it doesn't have the pay-to-win mechanics that Battlefield Heroes had. Because even though initially the game's store only offered cosmetic items that could be bought with real money, over time also gameplay affecting items like weapons and attachments became available that most of the time were more powerful than the free alternatives. And this understandably caused a lot of frustration, like you can imagine. So in Heroes of Valor, this is not the case. There are cosmetics though, and there will also be microtransactions in the future, but these will be purely cosmetic and won't give any gameplay advantage whatsoever. There's also a lot more content planned for it compared to Battlefield Heroes, so there will be more soldier abilities, more maps, more weapons, more vehicles, and so on, and the game is planned to launch into early access in March 2025. Still a few months to go, I know, but you can already play it a lot earlier because it's also part of Steam Next Fest next week already, which means between October 14th and 21st, everyone who's interested can try the game out. And just like Lanshun said on my Discord, I can also only recommend to do so when you liked Battlefield Heroes or when you're looking for a little bit different Battlefield experience. And that was it for today. Tell me what you think about it in the comments and if this is a game that is interesting for you or not. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.